Yes, can. Yes, can. Yes, can. Yes, can. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Oh, there. Welcome back to Ask the Conch.
Yes, can.
Oh,
Featuring
man.
Binx.
Yeah, featuring Binx, who's probably going to be here a lot now. Oh, my goodness. Well, I guess he's got to see. He's obviously been sleeping in these chairs. I think he's mad because the bed's not up here anymore. So he sleeps on it downstairs, though. So. All right, so should we just get into it?
Jumping on in.
All right. Am I the asshole if I break up with my boyfriend if he refuses to do therapy? I, female 29, have been with my boyfriend, male 36, for about 8 months now. We get along great and hardly ever fight. Our fights aren't even considered what I'd consider bad fights, it's just bickering. All in all, I consider our relationship one of the healthiest I've ever been in. We play, we laugh, we challenge each other to think differently, we motivate each other, and we meet each other's needs. The problem is that my boyfriend has a temper that he's aware of. He goes off about the smallest things and gets mad or bent out of shape over something that can be solved very easily. When we tried to buy a tortoise from PetSmart a few months ago, the saleswoman was dismissive and a little rude to him, so he ended up asking for a manager and caused a scene by swearing and storming out. It was embarrassing and shocking. There have been a few instances where I joke about something and he'll get offended. I apologize, but he stays butthurt and withdraws from me. From my perspective, it feels like he's projecting the way he feels, which is of himself, which is oh my goodness, wait. Thanks. From my perspective, it seems like he's projecting the way he feels about himself onto me and brings it into context of my words instead of seeing him for what they are, which is playful banter. I have thought about breaking up with him over this before because I don't want to spend our entire relationship walking on eggshells. I had a traumatic, physiologically, mentally abusive 8-year-old relationship about 3 years ago, and I know I still have residual issues from it. I've been planning to go back to therapy as well. I know it's not normal for couples to have arguments, but I feel like I need to set an ultimatum. Either we go to therapy separately or as a couple, or I can't continue this relationship. I have asked him about therapy before, and he says he really does not want to do that, but we can try other things. He had a bad experience with a therapist years ago, and now he doesn't believe in it. But he seems like we've tried everything and it isn't working. I don't want to lose a good thing, but I'm not seeing any effort for him to change his behavior. So, I mean, I feel like 8 months isn't that long. So I'm just going to say that. But, I mean, if they can both go to therapy, they definitely should both go to therapy. I think that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, find more coping skills.
Yeah. Yeah, and get the anger and
that's
stuff.
Probably a little easier on him too to do it together since he's got a bad experience with it.
Yeah, and I mean, it is normal for couples to like argue. I mean, obviously, it shouldn't be getting like, crazy,
embarrassing out in public.
Yeah, like don't have it be toxic fighting, but like bickering, I feel like is normal. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like you're supposed to be like happy about everything together all the time. It just seems a little.
That's like just about a little bickering.
It's sometimes it's over dumb stuff, Oh, I want to get this cheese. Well, I want this cheese. I mean.
Yeah. Now when it turns to anger, violence.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, obviously, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship where I feel like I'm walking on eggshells all the time. That sounds like it sucks. So.
Yeah, not worth that.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea to have the ultimatum, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, sometimes you gotta figure out.
Asshole.
Yeah, well, coping skills though. You gotta learn more coping skills. That's what therapy's for.
Yeah, you can't say you've tried it all and There's more skills out there to be learned. Worth a try.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. This one's short. This one's an Am I Overreacting? So, my husband receives super expensive gifts from his female clients. I, 27 female, have been married to my husband, 30 male, for almost a year now. We live happily together, and I do not question his loyalty. He works as a coach at an ultra-rich private tennis club. He loves what he does, and he has a lot of clients, many of whom are close friends. Christmas time is near. He has received at least $3,000 worth of gifts so far, all from female clients, an $800 gift card to a 5-star hotel, tons of wines and chocolates and little gifts. He comes home with multiple a day, and I can't help but ask. He doesn't hide it from me. One that sent me over the edge was a pair of Ray-Bans, very personalized to his style, from a female client. I feel as though this gift and many others crossed the line, and now I'm doubting his loyalty and honestly questioning why these ladies would give him such expensive and personalized gifts. Am I overreacting? So,
Hey. Personal tennis lessons.
I mean, and so
I get they'd spend a lot of money, and it's probably their husband's money anyway. Oh, Lordy.
I mean, yeah, if it's like like Ray-Bans, like to us, I mean, what, they're like $500 or something a pair. It's a crazy amount. And I mean, for some people that's not that much money. So I mean,
especially when they're spending their rich husband's money.
$800 to a 5-star
hotel. Yeah.
If someone wants to give that to me, I would not be upset.
Yeah, I mean, how far is that getting you at the 5-star hotel? You still got
to 2 days probably.
Right, it's like $200 just for a Ramada these days. Don't imagine the 5-star.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid. I don't. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it is a little bit of overreacting, just because I don't think that they're thinking about it in the way that the amount of money that these people are spending are, to them, it's not a lot of money. Yeah. So it doesn't seem very disproportionate. It's very strange, I feel like, but
yeah, for a relationship wise, I wouldn't be freaking out about it. I don't know.
I'd be like, we could sell it.
Right? That's month's rent on that.
Yeah, I got I got 2 pairs of Ray-Bans from when I used to clean cars, because it would be like trade-ins, and then everything that was in cars, you'd have it sit for like a week at least, but if nobody called back, then whoever got it in the car got to keep it. So I got some of those sun blockers, or what is it? No, blue blockers. They're like as seen on TV sunglasses, and they're like $50 or something, but they're the best sunglasses in the world. They're my favorite. Yeah, like straight up. Screw the Ray-Bans. They're so nice.
Take the as seen on TV shit.
They're fantastic. They're so good. I always need sunglasses. I get so mad about not having sunglasses. I lost them for a really long time, and then the whole time they were in the middle console.
I lost a pair, and they were in the sunglass thing. Like, that's where they go.
So annoying. My clip-ons, something happened. Like Brett flipped over a pop can in the car and got like pop on my clip-on ones. And when I put them on and I realized there was pop on them, I just like threw them down, and they just went right underneath the seat. And I was like,
"So they'd be a fuck
this." And then eventually I found the blue blockers, but best sunglasses ever for sure. Oh, this one's short too. This one's in Petty Revenge. I don't remember some of these because I got them so long ago, but that's okay, because then it's like a blind read for me too. Roommate kept using my makeup without asking, so I made sure she'd never do it again.
Oh, you do.
I shared an apartment with a girl who had no concept of boundaries. She constantly borrowed my stuff without asking, which was clothes, shoes, and worst of all, my makeup. I told her countless times to stop, but she always brushed it off like it wasn't a big deal. The last straw came when I found out she had used my expensive foundation for a party and didn't even bother cleaning the bottle. That's when I decided it was time to teach her a lesson. I went out and bought a cheap old foundation from the dollar store and swapped it with mine, adding a bit of self-tanner to the mix. I, I left it in plain sight on my vanity and waited. Sure enough, the next weekend she waltzed out of the bathroom with an orange face. I didn't say a word and she headed off to her party.
Come on, look like a Cheeto.
The next day she came home furious, complaining that people had been laughing at her all night. I just smiled and said, "Oh no, maybe it wasn't your shade." She didn't touch my stuff after that.
Yes. Oh, that's fucking gold. That's genius.
Self-tanner, especially because doesn't that stuff like you put it on and then it takes
It's like
a
a
little bit?
gradual, yeah, all of a sudden it sets in.
You know, why would you? I would hope that you would leave before the self-tanner is done. When you're just gonna show up to the party one color and then wait 10 minutes and be different? Oh, what's going on here? I just opened my email. Oh my god.
I'm rocking around like an Oompa Loompa all night.
Don't use other people's shit.
Right?
Didn't we read one about someone getting like chemical burns on their face because they used someone's prescription stuff? Do you remember that?
That's something wild.
Yeah, and she got there. She was mad. Everyone told her that they were mad about it because she shouldn't have let her use it. And it was like, well, she used like $50 worth of shampoo and conditioner.
Yeah.
That bitch.
That bitch. Well, I use my shit.
We're kind of going everywhere today. We're gonna do a true off my chest. Oh, calm down.
It's fine.
It's the magnet. The magnet, like, there's a magnet
Oh,
in here
it
and it
slides
shuts
and
it
does
off.
weird shit.
It'll shut the screen off, but it'll open it back up. So yeah, it's. I like this case, but it bothers me sometimes. So this one is from True Off My Chest. I don't know if I said that already. I married my same gender best friend, even though we're both straight. My wife / best friend Annie is self-employed / works freelance, and as a result has struggled getting steady health insurance in the past. 4 years ago, she had a health scare, and because I had somewhat decent insurance through my job, we said fuck it and got married. Thankfully, the health scare was just a scare, and we're both healthy. 3 years ago, we said fuck it again and decided to buy an apartment together. It's small and shitty, but there's no way we could afford anything on our own, so it's nothing really to complain about. We have separate rooms, and we still sort of casually date, but we talked it over and decided to commit to being married. We love each other, we live together, and we're happy. So, does it really matter that we're not gay? We haven't decided if we're going to have children yet, but we decided that if we are, we're going to have them together, not with a man. Everyone in our life is really confused about our marriage.
So what?
Yeah, right. And I guess to some extent so are we, but it seems like a don't fix when ain't broke situation.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means to be platonically married, and I know we're not gay, but we're also more than friends. I've honestly never been this happy in my entire life, and I love that I have this woman, and the love that I have for this woman pales in comparison to the ways I've felt about boyfriends in the past. And before the best pals start pouring in, I never in my life have been sexually aroused by a woman, and I very much find men hot. Guess this is just my PSA to all of you that you can live life however you want, and there's no universal formula for a good life.
Damn right. Fucking love that.
I mean, yeah, I'm for it. Who cares?
Fuck yeah. Perfect fucking situation.
Get married
It's
to
your
be
best
happy.
friend.
Yeah,
It's your
get married
best
to be
friend.
happy. What's the big deal? The first comment is, you're not just friends, you're friends with benefits. Some sense.
Health insurance benefits.
That's fantastic. These are all some pretty
Solid.
short stories so far. I've been on here a lot lately. I'm not gonna lie. So Oh, I gotta really get better at not saying that word. I say so a lot. I noticed that when I edit the videos. I'm like, wow. I can't believe how much I actually
Yeah, it's
say
like
that
saying
word.
and all the filler words.
Bothers me. Did my water bottle really just set them off? Was that what?
I don't know.
That was weird. Am I the asshole for just deciding not to travel because my wife made reservations for Disney again?
Again, oh no. Hmm.
I've never been to Disney. I honestly, I don't know that I would want to go.
Yeah, I don't know if I can handle it.
Maybe that's bad. I don't know. I liked going to Six Flags, but I also went to Six Flags when I was much younger. But I'm also terrified of heights, but I do like roller coasters. But I mean, at the same
Yeah, it'd be
time,
the handling that many people, crowded and packed,
yeah, Disney,
scorching fucking heat.
yeah, that part sounds even worse.
All the rides and fun stuff sounds
Yeah,
great.
because you have to wait. I've heard you
With
have to
the
wait a long
hours
time.
and hours long wait with bazillion peoples. That's the part I'm.
I don't want to. No. Wonder how many steps you get over there. I get.
Probably a lot.
I do like 15,000 in a day at work. Pretty wild. It's like 7 or 8 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, my wife Jess and I have been married for the past 13 years. We're both 39. After experiencing financial hardship throughout our 20s and early 30s, Jess and I are now fortunate enough to have the means to travel once or twice a year. The only problem is Jess literally only wants to go to Disney World. We have been to Disney 9 times now. And
Again is right. Okay.
every vacation we have ever taken together was to go there, including our honeymoon.
Oh my god.
So we go, we eat the Mickey Mouse ice cream, we wear the mouse ears, we stay in the official hotels, we see the characters, we ride the rides, we take the pictures in front of the Cinderella's castle, and we come home.
We did the
Every
same
trip.
shit. Every single.
I would hate that.
Your wife has obsessive compulsive disorder.
Hey, some people got their happy place, I guess, but like, I just have a hard
You
time
can change
seeing
it
it
up just a
be.
little bit.
I wonder how much pushback he's given. Does he just always just say whatever, we'll go to Disney? I guess maybe there's a little more. So I'm honestly beyond sick of Disney, and I never really liked going in the first place. Jess knows this, but she has no concept of travel beyond Disney. We're currently planning a trip for April, and Jess, as usual, said, we can just go to Disney. I explained that it sounds fun, but hey, why don't we go somewhere else like Hawaii this time? Jess was confused. She asked why we would want to go to Hawaii, and I responded that we can enjoy the spas and go to the beach. Jess mumbled a half-hearted answer and walked away. A few days later, she approached me saying that she made hotel reservations for Hawaii. At first, I was excited because although she did without consulting me, it seemed like she was really listening. But then when she showed me the hotel she booked, I found that she had made reservations for Alani, the Disney resort in Hawaii.
Nice loophole.
Frustrated, I told her I'm honestly tired of Disney and that I just want to have a different experience this time. She told me that she was compromising with me and that I should be appreciative for the time that she spent. I asked her if she was willing to I asked her if she was willing to consider anything other than Disney for our trip, and she said no. At this point, I said I wasn't going. Now she's furious. She's canceled the reservation she made, and now she's looking for a friend to go to Disney World with again without me. Was I the asshole here for not trying to accommodate her request? Why?
No, because she went ahead and was like, yeah, Hawaii sounds great, but I know Disney and Hawaii.
I just think I would get sick of going. Like, even it doesn't even matter if it's Disney or not. Any amusement park for every single trip, like that sounds
right.
like
I
it.
get, it's comfortable, it's familiar, but
Sometimes it would be
Vacation.
nice to just go, like, we went to a beach and, spent time at the beach, and that was nice. I liked that.
Right? Just anything else?
Nobody really
Same
talked to
thing.
us. I mean, I guess the locals talked to us, but they were just trying to sell drugs.
They're just trying to make a buck on the beach.
Yeah.
Oh,
But honestly,
Lordy.
we did. There was so much to do at the resort that we stayed at, though. So like, we barely even
You didn't
left
have to
because it
go
was
anywhere.
like, yeah, there was like a masquerade show that we watched, and it was like dancing and stuff. It was so cool, and
Yeah.
it was like in this really fancy bar, and then they had a big, giant Connect Four thing
Oh, fun.
outside by the pool that I made Brett do with me a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
The pool outside was colder than the ocean, though.
Weird.
It was kind of dumb.
Well, it'd be nice to actually cool off. When you get in the ocean, you don't cool off.
It really wasn't that bad, honestly. It was like 95 degrees the whole time we were there, but it didn't feel like 95 degrees.
Air coming off the ocean.
I guess so. Didn't smell great.
Excuse me.
After you're there for a little while, though, you don't really notice the smell. And then you come back to the US, and the first thing I smelled was French fries when I got back. Like got outside and was like, wow, it smells like McDonald's out here.
Welcome back to America.
I feel like we've read this one. Maybe I read this to Brett. You'll have to tell me, because I don't remember if I read this one or not. Today I fucked up by eating a homemade family-sized lasagna for every meal for over 2 days.
No, don't tell me that.
No? Oh. Okay. I remember this one.
Damn.
I made a terrible mistake and I learned a valuable lesson. Allow me to walk you through the last 3 days of hell. My housemate went on a holiday Tuesday morning, leave me alone for a week. I don't often get time alone, so I plan my time around working a little each day, then playing games for the rest of the day. About 12 p.m. in several joints, I was getting hungry and had an amazing idea. I was going to make a massive homemade lasagna and eat it over the course of the week. At this point, I had no idea what I would do to my body, and if future me could talk to me from the Tuesday, I would have warned him. Day 1, Tuesday morning. So I get all the stuff and I spend an hour or so making a massive 7-layer lasagna with nearly a whole block of cheese, several tins of tomatoes, and a layer of applesauce in the middle to give it a sweet tang. I had enough to feed.
Applesauce?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
I'm not. That's a little different. Yeah. I don't know. I guess. It was enough to feed about 10 people easily. It smelled so good. Tuesday lunchtime, portion 1. I fried some chips/fries and garlic bread and sat down to eat, and it was amazing. I was so thrilled it turned out great. Tuesday's evening, portion 2. Still just as delicious, and maybe even better after letting it sit for a few hours. Nothing brewing in my body yet. It was the calm before the storm. Tuesday midnight, portion 3. I believe this was my first mistake. I had been smoking a few joints and watching AVGN on YouTube, and all of a sudden I remember I made this massive lasagna. I tried to resist, but my stoner brain only lasted about 5 minutes before I had more and went and cooked some midnight garlic bread to go with it. It still tasted good. After eating, I noticed I was starting to get acid. It says acid relax. I'm assuming it's supposed to say relux.
That's a massive relax.
I took some omeprazole and tried to sleep. Wednesday morning, portion 4. I woke up and my stomach was grumbling, so I went and plated up another helping of lasagna. It tasted okay, not as delicious as my previous 3 helpings, but I put that down to it being early and I had just woken up. At this point, my stomach acid kicked up again and I needed to shit really badly. I ran to the toilet and had the runniest shit I've had in a long time. It was almost painful. Now, at this point, you would normally go, maybe I should lay off the lasagna for a bit, but it never occurred to me.
It is Senator Garfield hit.
That at the time that 4 meals of lasagna could produce such bad bowels. I felt better after so quickly I forgot about it.
So acidic.
Yeah, the tomatoes. And then putting applesauce in there too. So
acid.
Wednesday, lunchtime, portion 5.
God have mercy.
I know it might seem crazy, but about 2 p.m. I was hungry. I had work to get on with, but I didn't have the time to cook anything and nothing to grab except lasagna.
Lasagna.
So back I went. At this point, half the lasagna is gone and half remains. This time the lasagna didn't taste that great, but I ate it because I needed to have something to give me some energy. I realized at this point that my stomach felt weird, like painful and uncomfortable. I made myself some coffee and expected to poo, but nothing came.
More acid.
Just a horrible feeling that something wasn't right. Wednesday evening, portion 6.
Jeez.
The final portion.
Final.
After finishing work, I looked at the remaining lasagna. I thought, maybe it's because I've had no salad or vegetables with it.
Should have that salad with it. Oh
that would make it taste better and give me something to sort my stomach out. So I made some salad, more garlic bread in the final portion. I knew immediately after eating it I'd made a terrible mistake. My bowels started aching and making noises. I ran.
Gurgling begun.
I ran to the toilet and my arse hit the seat. A volcano of red hot shit erupted from my anus.
Like lava.
It was so painful. My ass was on fire. Some of the shit came out so violently that it somehow shot upwards, pebble dashing to the toilet lid behind me. I don't even know how that's possible. Maybe shit collided with other bits of shit.
The shit collision.
And exploded either way. It was the worst toilet experience of my life. Then came the smell. It was delayed almost. Like I was in so much pain, the universe said, let's give him a minute before we hit him with the smell.
He's in shock.
It was like acid. This putrid gas almost instantly made me feel sick. I wanted to run out of the toilet and seek fresh air, but the shit was still exploding out of me. I had no choice but to hold my nose and breathe through my mouth, which is horrible. All I thought was, I'm getting this acidic shit smell in my mouth. After what seemed like 5 minutes of lava bursting out of me, I stopped, but at what cost?
It is like lava.
My butthole was still on fire. It seems like...
Oh my god, this guy is so great at the description.
It seems like someone was holding a lighter to my anus. The smell was so bad I had to wipe quickly and escape the hell I had created. But my anus hurt so much that every wipe it felt like dragging sandpaper over it. I winced with every wipe and was almost in tears. It was so messy, it took a lot of wiping.
It's so messy.
I stumbled out of the toilet like a cowboy who's been on his horse for days. I couldn't sit down. All I could do was lie on my bed and try to get some sleep. Thursday morning. I woke up and I could instantly feel my anus burning. Before I even registered, I was awake. What's worse is that I needed another shit. I was terrified at this point. After yesterday, I had toilet trauma.
Toilet trauma.
I knew there was still a portion or two inside of me and it wasn't going to be good. It went just how you would expect. It was another foul-smelling liquid shit that each strain felt like a knife in my anus. I held the towel rail and forced out as much as I could with each push, but I figured if I can get it all done quickly, it wouldn't be so bad. It all kind of worked, but I think the damage was done at this point, so I painfully cleaned myself up and waddled back to my desk and worked standing up for the rest of the day.
Oh my God.
Thursday lunchtime. The constant pain subsided, but I still had bad gas, and every fart was agony. The smell was just as bad, though. Something was still rotting inside of me. At least I could sit down and do work now. I wasn't hungry and decided to fast for the day. I didn't dare put more food in me. Thursday evening. As I type this, I'm lying in my bed on my side. I can feel the last of the lasagna on its way, and I'm dreading going through this, even if it's the one last time.
The final one.
My anus still burns when I fart, and it's happening often. It's freezing cold, but I need the window open to let the smell of my approaching shit out. There's a lesson to be learned here. Don't under any circumstances eat nothing but lasagna and garlic bread for every meal for 2 days. Nothing can come of it.
Woof.
So there's an edit.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly, my fuck up was leaving it out for 2 days.
What the fuck?
I appreciate all the concern.
Ew, no wonder. You got food poisoning, motherfucker. For half a second in my brain, I thought maybe he left it out and he's been eating it from the counter for the last fucking 3 days. But oh my God, he really was.
As for the applesauce, it wasn't a thick layer. I just spread some out on a layer of pasta. When it cooks, the moisture and it evaporates, and you're just left with the sugar, really.
That's
It's like sweet and savory. At least it united a portion of Reddit and food safety rules and universal disgust for applesauce and lasagna. Thanks for the helpful advice and making me laugh a lot. And then it says, thank you for the awards. I appreciate the downvotes as well. Good to let others know it's never a good idea to leave a family-sized lasagna out for 2 days. Sorry for the spelling and grammar issues. I could go back and correct it, but I feel like it would be disingenuous. Yeah, I think bowels was bowls. But
woof, dude.
That was a ride.
That was a whole ass bathroom adventure.
I remember.
Oh my God! No wonder you got so sick.
Oh,
wow.
Do you think you even heated it up when you ate it? Just ate it cold.
He was cooking fresh garlic bread each time. Ugh. Still, what the fuck? Boy, he was disgusting.
He ate a salad.
The only thing that saved him from not getting food poisoning.
Yeah, it was pretty descriptive. I did my best to make it through it, but that one's funny.
That was heavy on the description. Yeah, the backsplash got me a little bit on there.
Sorry for those who don't like poop stories, because
yeah, shitty about your luck there.
Yeah, they're pretty funny.
Shit out of luck on that one.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, this is gonna be the Binx show now.
Yeah, right.
New space, which I kind of dig. Kind of dig it. Got the galactic stars behind us here.
They glow in the dark. We put those up for us. Yeah, so you can see the little clips where the lights used to be. Whatever. This one is in Petty Revenge. Cab driver rips me to shreds, thinking I can't understand him, but I can.
Ooh, I love these guys.
So this happened several years ago, a few months after I had moved to Chicago. I had moved there from Romania, where I'd been living and going to school.
Yeah, it's the city of all the languages.
Love Romania. People are great. Drop whatever you're doing and visit. Anyway, while I was there, due to my living situation, I had to learn the language fast and thoroughly. Not many people around me spoke English outside of the uni I was at. So fast forward a few months after I arrived in Chicago, imagine my surprise when the driver of the Uber I had ordered happened to have a Romanian name. The area had a lot of Eastern Europeans, so I guess it shouldn't have been so surprising. I was really excited to talk to him and make sure I wasn't getting rusty, maybe make a friend. I'll post the guy, I get in, he greets me, but he appears to be on the phone with a buddy/family member, so I just sit quietly in the back listening in a bit. The person on the other end asks if the driver is still getting off of work soon. He responded with something like the following. No, I still have a few hours left, then I'll go home. Right now I have someone in the car. God, I hate this country. The women here are so fat and ugly. At least this one has a nice chest, but why can't she lose some weight? And then he goes on and on about all the problems with me and other American women. Now, I've always been a bit on the chonky side, and you best believe the Romanians love to comment on it, so I was used to it. But I was a bit shocked that this guy was going off like that. Anyway, I'm just kind of sitting bemused in the back seat as we near my destination. Then I tell him in Romanian, with all my might to pull off the distinct accent of the religion I had been living in, can you just pull over here on the right? I swear, this guy's head did the Exorcist girl head move when she turned a shade of red and had seen...
Yeah.
I'd never seen anything like this out of nature. He didn't say anything, just pulled over. When I got out, I said thanks and added, you're not attractive and you're also fat, so maybe you shouldn't make comments like that. I have never again reached such levels of self-pride.
Yes. Yes. Go you, girl. Hi.
He can get through the gate.
Oh, yeah.
You're not
We
supposed to
gotta-
be up here.
And about to arrive. Party up here now. What are you doing?
He's
I was taking the. I thought it was doing something.
oh my god. That's the last thing we need is them fighting right here.
Right. Yeah, it's going after the dog.
Wow. I didn't think about this either. Oh my god!
Binx, you're a fucker.
He
You
just
scared the
ran-
shit out of her.
He just ran.
Underneath it. They shot through that fucker.
That's what he does with the magnet door downstairs. He jumps through it because it's like it connects back together, and
Yeah, I just
so he
want to
thinks
do it.
it's
Ta-da!
He
Through
just
the
was about
curtain. You guys are hilarious.
He does have something in his mouth. Oh, no, it's gone.
Go ahead.
Wow. What a shithead. Okay.
Binx gonna kick his ass.
Well, this is an am I overreacting? Am I overreacting by being upset at my mother-in-law for sticking her hand down my shirt? All right. I don't need any more context. Yeah. Or wait.
You're not overreacting because don't
Yeah.
fucking touch me.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah, we're shook already.
I think I'd slap somebody.
Welcome.
Come on.
There's a little microphone off here. Don't sniff it. You're loud.
Okay. For context, we were at a family reunion at our house, and there were others present.
Yeah, even better.
I'm not very fond of my mother-in-law, as she tends to be intrusive and likes to gossip. So I already avoid her as much as I possibly can, while still tolerating her for the sake of my husband. I was sitting at her house next to my husband across from the room where she was, and she decided to come over to converse. This is when she stuck her hand on the back of my shirt. Mind you, I was wearing a turtleneck. I
You choked her too. Turtleneck.
immediately looked over at my husband, and he quickly understood I was uncomfortable and began telling her to stop. She continued to rub on my back slightly below my neck, grabbing the fat of my neck while talking to others, and seemed to be pretending not to hear my husband. She eventually stopped, and I just froze there. I was mad at myself for not saying anything or moving away. I just felt violated, to say the least.
Yeah.
Once I got home, I immediately started to cry, and my husband thought that I was overreacting.
No, because I feel violated just hearing about it. What the fuck? Why? Why though?
I don't like it when anybody rubs my skin. It's a sensory problem for me. I can't.
Yes, when even
like if somebody rubs my arm in
she had
one
a struggle
spot,
to get in her shirt and did do like cutesy pinchy whatever. That's fucking disgusting.
yeah, like and a turtle. So
why? I probably would have punched her. Oh my god.
I think I would have ended up yelling,
Yeah, I've been
like unintentionally. I would have been like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
flying hands.
Yeah, something. I would have been smacking some hands, I would think.
Ugh.
But at the same time, I mean, maybe you do freeze up because
Yeah.
you're like, "What the fuck is happening?
Ugh.
Why is my mother-in-law feeling up my neck?"
Reaching in my turtleneck to pinch my fat roll on the back of my neck. What the fuck? Ew.
Definitely not overreacting.
Ugh. Any comments on this one? Like,
This first comment is not overreacting. What is that behavior? Is it normal for their family to just shove their hands into other people's clothes?
right.
Bizarre.
Fucking bizarre. Ugh.
Yeah, and then mother-in-law really had to make an effort to do it since OP was wearing a turtleneck. The audacity and the weirdness. Does she do this to other people, I wonder? OP commented back and said, "No, I've never seen her touch anybody else, but it seems like with me, the more space I put between us, the more she does it. She once
Ew.
squeezed her cheek next to mine, and I just assumed she was being affectionate.
Ew. Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not overreacting. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Yeah.
Wait a second. We read this one. This was the one about the chemical burns on the sister's face.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder how that got in there.
He must have heard us talking about revisiting that for half a second.
That was weird. Yeah, I'm not sure why it
It's like
showed up
Google
again.
it. Listen to us.
Okay. Am I the asshole for calling off my wedding after my fiance's surprise gift?
Mm.
So,
How bad is the good? Whoa.
yeah.
He's
It must be
intrigued.
pretty terrible. So, 30 female, I've been engaged to my fiance Mark, 32 male, for about a year, and we've been together for 3 years. I've always known Mark to be a bit unconventional. He's very creative and sometimes takes things a little too far in the name of surprise or excitement. Most of the time, I love his adventurous spirit, but this time, not so much. A couple of weeks ago, we had a get together with some close friends to celebrate the upcoming wedding. Mark had mentioned he had a surprise for me, which I figured would be something sweet, like a heartfelt gift or maybe a romantic gesture. Well, as the night went on, after a few drinks, Mark finally revealed his gift. He pulled out what looked to be like a box from a special jewelry store. My heart raced with excitement, and I assumed it was a lovely bracelet or a special memento for our wedding day. But when he opened the box, I was absolutely stunned. It was inside was a key to a house that he supposedly had bought for us. I was taken aback because I had no idea he was even looking for real estate. My first reaction was one of shock and confusion, as I thought it was a huge decision that we should have discussed together. As I processed the moment, I realized the house wasn't just any house. It was a fixer-upper on the outskirts of town. Now that I get that it can be a great investment, but this particular house needed a ton of work. I'm talking major renovations and repairs, and honestly, I had no desire to live there. Mark had not consulted with me at all before making this purchase, and I felt blindsided. Normally, I would be overjoyed about investing in our future together, but the fact that he had made such a significant comment without me crushed me. Or commitment is what I meant to say, not comment. I quietly took the key and told him we needed to talk about this. As we stepped outside, I expressed how hurt I was that he felt to make such a big decision without discussing it with me first, and that it felt like a violation of trust. Mark got defensive and insisted that it was a wonderful surprise, a way to start our lives together. He said I was missing the bigger picture.
Start off in debt.
And that I should be excited about our future. Honestly, I just felt overwhelmed and confused. I told him I didn't think we were ready for this and that we should focus on our wedding first. After a heated argument, I made the gut-wrenching decision to call off the wedding. Mark was devastated, and our friends were shocked. I had just ruined what was supposed to be a happy night, and I felt horrible. Since then, Mark has been trying to reach out, saying he wishes we could talk it over, but I can't shake the feeling that he disrespected my feelings and my input in our relationship. I've been reflecting on whether I overreacted. Am I the asshole for calling off the wedding after his surprise gift?
Honestly, yeah, I think calling off the wedding's a little heavy. Ugh. But buying a piece of shit and then not seeing her side of it.
That's not cool at all. I would be upset. But what concerns me is that it says I had just ruined what was supposed to be a happy night. So it's like, did you call the wedding off right there? Like right. In the moment? Because I feel like
that's pretty rash.
That's making a decision off of emotions more than, I don't know. I don't know if you're going to regret it. Because, I mean, yeah, that sucks. But, like, you could sell the house.
Okay.
I mean, it sucks you bought a house and then you're going to sell it immediately. I don't know how well that's going to look for everything. But, I mean, that's what you do when you make that decision without your soon-to-be spouse or spouse.
Mm-hmm.
If Brett went somewhere and just showed up and was like, hey, I bought a house. We're going to move. I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, especially to find out it's a piece of shit that you got to fucking dump a bunch of money into.
I also know that he wouldn't do that. But, man. I just
don't know. Maybe it was a smart move. He's dumb enough to do.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was a good idea, but I just feel like the
Yeah, it's pretty
decision was
quick
made. It was made too quickly. It shouldn't have been.
Yeah, to call off the whole ass
Like
wedding.
sleep on it or something at least. Like, you know, have a good rest of the night. Think about how much you dislike this situation, and then talk it over in the morning and see like what your options are, rather than. But I don't know. Maybe that's a deal breaker. Someone this on their list. I don't want anybody to buy a house without me first figuring out if I want the house too. Maybe that's on the list.
Top deal breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too much.
This one's short too. We got a lot of short ones today. So, am I overreacting after being told I was unwanted and at fault for my parents' divorce? I, 40 female, hosted Christmas dinner last year. My mother, 75 female, my brother, 47 male, sister-in-law, and my kids were in attendance. During the meal, my father said, maybe wanted you, indicating my brother, but definitely not you, indicating me. This was the first that I'd heard of this, and I'd always been told the reason for the age gap between my brother and I was infertility. My brother then said, at least she didn't tell you the divorce was your fault. I mumbled something about having figured that out already based on the timing. My parents divorced within a year after I was born. Although this changed the way I see myself and our family dynamics, I forgive my mother. But this holiday season, it has been bothering me again, and I have been planning to host again and just bracing myself for what might come out. Honestly, I'm considering canceling. It hurt a lot, and maybe I'm just overreacting. Additional context, everyone is sober. I have a good relationship with everyone in my family, and I'm very much a peacekeeper / people pleaser. Although my mother is older, she is sharp as a tack. The comment was not due to any mental decline. I am most definitely my father's biological child.
Oh, what a terrible thing to say.
How
can that be put on a child? I'm like,
yeah, like that's just something you don't tell your kid, even if
in
that
no way,
was
shape, or form, that was the child's fault for those two not working out. You know what I mean? Maybe the pregnancy itself, for their relationship, but not the kid's fucking fault.
Yeah, it's not like literally their fault. So,
am I taking that too literal, or like, yeah? I don't. That's so. How dare you fucking say that to even a grown kid?
Yeah, and on top of that, like, what? Why do people say these things to people? I just don't understand. It's kind of like
so fucking mean.
It's kind of like how I feel about like narcissists, because it's like, how does their brain work like that? How do they?
Right, how could you be so cruel?
And then blame everybody else for your problems.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Brains are crazy.
That's fucking mean to say. You have any comments on this one? Oh my
god. The first comment is not overreacting. What parent says that to their kids? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my. Second comment is mine did. It explained a lot. I was the unwanted change life of a baby, and she told me many times I was nearly aborted.
Again, why you fucking talk to your kid that way?
It's abusive. Like,
yeah, you literally verbal abuse. Oh my god.
I'm opening a bunch of stuff again.
Throw a Balto at him. Just kidding. That was my cute aggression.
What a shithead.
He's,
I was going to say the cat left, but he was sitting over there.
Yeah, he's over there. And like, bastard took my spot. Ow!
This one's in Today I Fucked Up.
Oh boy.
Today I fucked up by trauma dumping to all my possible employers.
Oh shit.
So I've been doing this for months, and I just now realized what I've been doing.
Oh no.
Here's some backstory. Back about 4 or 5 months ago, I was applying for a job in the mental health field. The specific job I was going for wanted a paragraph or so at the end of the resume to explain why I would be one fit for the job, aka all the fucked up shit that you've gone through in your life and how you got through it. So I do just that, send off the resume, and resume my life. About 3 months ago, I had quit my job due to health issues. I started applying to everything I could at this point. Months go by where I have no response, not even the denial emails, and the ones who did respond pretty much ghosted me after I had no clue why. Cut to today, I have an interview, goes well, everything seems great. The guy asked me to send my resume as one hadn't been attached when I sent the application. I said, sure, no problem. Then it hits me I still have the old version of my resume downloaded with the fucking trauma dump at the bottom. I've literally been sending this paragraph about my family alcoholism, my experience with therapy, etc. to every single company I have applied to. Obviously, it all clicks and I realize this has been going on, and I'm over here throwing my life story in the faces of potential employers. Needless to say, I've since removed that page and sent the new version to the company I interviewed with. Always remember to update your resume.
Always remember.
Edit. The position that wanted all the fucked up shit was a peer advocate position, meaning I needed life experiences that made me be able to relate to other with mental health issues and or substance abuse issues, not trauma dumping casually for no reason. Well, except for the accidental ones.
Accidental ones. Besides that one time. The rest were.
This says,
oh my.
Why would you be a good fit at this Wendy's location? Well, I got hit by a car when I was 9. So this makes me laugh because at our Wendy's we have the pole. The pole that everybody hits.
Pole everyone fucking hits. Oh, I dropped my cigarette. Tink.
The OP's response to that was, you're the only one who gets the vibe here.
Great response. Oh my gosh.
I think we'll do one more.
Yeah.
And this one's short too. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my fiance's ex give a speech at our wedding?
No. Oh, sorry. I'm already like, oh my god.
No. Sounds like a bad idea.
What? Why are they there?
My fiance was dating Katie for years and then they broke it off. She still comes around since she's close to his family. By how much time they had spent together, Katie seems to know my fiance really well. That didn't bother me at first, but it became an issue when she asked that I let her give a speech at the wedding since she knows him well and wanted to tell a few funny stories about him. I felt extremely uncomfortable and told her sorry, but I didn't think that was appropriate for her to do that. My father and mother-in-law got involved and started lecturing me, saying I needed to stop being negative, and claimed I was making this about me. But it's my wedding.
Yeah, so, yeah.
My fiance is choosing to stay out of it, but the pressure is on me now. I'm being called oversensitive, and I need to loosen up, and that this could be a good opportunity to add more laughter and joy to the event. But to be completely honest on here, I don't want his ex to take any part in our wedding, even if she's a friend of the family and they've known her since she was a teenager.
Yeah, it would. You're lucky you got an invitation. So, what the fuck?
No way. Not happening. Like, what do you mean?
Wow. Balls. That's the balls to want to do a speech. Fuck your parents for backing her up.
And for years? You dated for years? No way. You're lucky if you're even coming.
Yeah.
I'd be uncomfortable with that. I mean, I don't know. I would be uncomfortable with her wanting to make a speech for any reason at all. Unless I was to, like, you can write one. If you already got it written, I'll read it and then I'll think about it. But
not even.
I'm still probably going to say no.
Wow.
Because then what do I gotta, am I gonna wait for you to change your mind and say something else? I don't know you. What? You cranky little bitch.
Oh my gosh.
What the hell?
Wow.
And the thing about it, it's not about me. Bitch,
Sure fucking-
you buy a dress that's thousands of dollars. It sure as fuck is about
The
you.
whole day is about you. It's your
It sure
fucking
is.
wedding.
And they make it much more about the bride than they do the groom. So
Wow.
I feel like in weddings the groom is literally halfway an afterthought. It's always like
Jesus Christ. Your dick.
I think the cat got him. I didn't even. We better watch him with that shit because he'll fucking get you sometimes too. Is this a little sneaky spot right here? He's a little shy.
Oh, that's what he was. Binx was underneath me. He was going to.
Yeah, he reached up through here and fucking snagged his leg. What the hell? That's. Well, I guess we'll see if who's gonna hang out next episode, hey?
Right, our new guests.
Yeah. I wonder how that's
uninvited guests.
Those ones will probably be heard. What the hell?
Well,
anyways,
great.
Yeah, thanks for coming back to Ask the Conch. And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.